Good Thursday evening, everybody, live and direct from Austen Onek in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm meteorologist Austen Onek on a beautiful Thursday evening. A little bit of sunshine here in the backyard, a little bit on the bright side out there. View from the live ISS feed directly beneath me, and as of right now, the International Space Station over the eastern Atlantic heading toward Africa, if I'm not mistaken. And as of right now, we're also seeing some fairly quiet conditions into the Mid-South for tonight. This will probably be the last good night for anything involving stargazing over the next several days, as we're expecting a large storm system to be moving on through, and this could be giving us the potential of some heavy rainfall into parts of the Mid-South, but much of what we're going to be seeing into the course of the next couple of days is going to be a lot of cloud cover, and unfortunately, again, it's going to be a lot of problems in anything viewing across the Mid-South where it comes to anything involving stargazing out there. So if you have any plans for outdoors, this is going to be the best that it gets for later on tonight. It could be a little bit on the cool side out there over the next couple of days, but otherwise not doing too bad out there. We'll be keeping our eyes on that forecast, but stay tuned to my weather section for more on that. That's called Weather Overtime. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a little bit. If you'd like to see the live stream information from NASA, it's available online, and all you have to do is search NASA Live Earth, Live Feed NASA, stuff like that, and you'll be able to see it. What you're looking at right now, it's a little bit on the bright side because of the fact that the sunlight reflecting off the Earth is getting a little bit on the bright side out there. Mainly what we're looking at this point in time is, again, the possibility of getting into some areas of fairly bright conditions out there. Okay, going across South Africa at this point in time, this is N2YO. That's the letter N, the number 2, YO.com, if you'd like to know more about what this looks like online. And this is a great opportunity to see more about what the space station is doing, where it's located, things like that. So if you'd like to see a little bit more about that, again, n2yo.com, and search the International Space Station to learn more about that. We'll feature that again in that section down that direction. We'll also feature a little bit more about meteors. And if you'd like to see more about what's going on, or I guess I should be more specific, listen to meteors, all you have to do is go to livemeteors.com, and a great opportunity to, again, learn more about what we can see out there just by listening into the area. Looking at this display right here, you can see, again, as the live echoes come on through, what you're looking at is the report back from the echoes of radio waves going out into the atmosphere from one location and bouncing off ionized trails of meteors smacking into the atmosphere. So every once in a while, you will see a decent amount of lines going down the screen, heading on down into, again, the atmosphere. That registers as a sort of a ping on there. Now, I've muted this display, so you can't really hear that much going on. At least I hope you can anyway. I don't have the audio on here, unfortunately, but you can hear and see where the meteors have hit the atmosphere. Very handy during a meteor shower when we are socked in by clouds. So something to think about using, if at all possible. Again, livemeteors.com for more. Let's see how things are going on Mars these days from the Remote Environmental Monitoring Station just about 3 days ago. So that would put it at about Monday into Tuesday. Maximum temperature of 12 degrees above zero at the Curiosity rover site, 104 degrees below zero. That's how cool it was in that part of the area there. 50 degrees of ground temperature maximum, 171 degrees below zero. That's what we saw, again, for a low temperature on Mars. If you'd like to see more about what weather on Mars is doing, easy. Go to mars.nasa.gov. The Curiosity rover has the Remote Environmental Monitoring Station. Great opportunity to learn more about the cameras they have on board, radiation detectors, things like that, helping us to learn how to live on another planet. So a good opportunity to see more information there. And all available, again, at mars.nasa.gov, and thanking the Jet Propulsion Laboratory for a very cool website on there. The moon is, again, just beginning to make its way back toward its new crescent phase, and it will be visible just barely tonight, and it may actually be considered a supermoon, believe it or not. This is something that we don't often have a chance to see that often. This is going to be very close to the horizon. It's going to be magnified by just a little bit, sunset. And the crescent supermoon, again from spaceweather.com, tonight the crescent moon occurs at perigee, which is going to make it about 14% wider and 30% brighter than other crescent moons. But you're going to have to look very close to sunset for tonight to be able to see anything, and that is again going to be a challenge, especially with a few clouds out there for later on this evening. So if you have any plans again for seeing this, this is your best opportunity for tonight before more clouds start to move on through. Cassini is moving farther away from Saturn on its latest loop around the planet, dove between the planet and the rings over the last couple of days. So we do see this again as the mission begins to wrap up. It'll get closer and closer and closer to the planet before diving into Saturn's atmosphere. So we will see that happening coming up within the course of about the next couple of months. So stay tuned for more about NASA's grand finale for the Cassini probe out there. Night sky planets visible tonight. Mercury from Friday morning at about 5:39. That's going to be kind of difficult to see because it's going to be very close to the sun. Venus will be rising and setting in Memphis. Should be visible just before sunrise at about 4:23 our time, and also just visible before sunrise. Mars should be visible out there as well. Jupiter should be up for much of the night, so you should be able to see a decent amount there. So good news there if you're going to be outdoors taking a look around out there. This view courtesy of timeanddate.com. Great place to go to get more information on what's going on out there. No solar storms in progress, so good news on that. So we don't have any major concerns out there where it comes to anything really happening in the way of a major solar storm. Matter of fact, the sun is actually decently pretty quiet at this point in time. Let's go ahead and see what's going on into tonight. The lines that you're looking at on screen, especially right here in the middle section of your screen, the brown down at the bottom indicates, again, the possibility of precipitation chances, and it's pretty low, less than anything involving a major amount of precipitation anytime soon. The blue line on screen indicates what we're seeing right there in the middle of your screen, right down that direction. That's where we see, again, the cloud cover starting to make its way upwards once again. Down a little bit farther into around the area of tomorrow morning, starting right about sunrise, the green indicates where we see may see the possibility of more rainfall out there, and that means we're going to be looking at the possibility of the cloud cover really starting to go upwards, especially as we head into the weekend. So we have little, if anything, right now in the possibility of very clear skies ahead. Matter of fact, more chances of showers right on into Saturday, and some pretty good amounts of cloud cover out there as well. So looking at mostly overcast skies as we get into most of the weekend. So doubtful we're going to be seeing everything across much of the area outside of what we have for later on tonight. So again, increasing clouds, increasing chances of rainfall, and that's not going to spell good news for anybody out there trying to get a good view of things. What can we see for tonight? Courtesy of Heavens Above. That's heavens-above.com. And as of right now, we just don't have a lot in view at this point in time. The brightness or the magnitude setting, the lower the numbers go, the brighter things are. And the brightest thing in the skies tonight is a Research 01 rocket. It's an old rocket body booster, and it is going to be just dimly visible going from south to north. Look to the right-hand side of Jupiter. If you're looking to the south, look to the right of Jupiter, and then if it goes across the sky, it'll be going very close to the area in and around the two stars on the dipper of the Big Dipper, and going right past there, just close to the North Star. So if you can find those markers right there, you might be able to see this. But once again, this is going to be very dim, so it's going to be very doubtful that you're going to be able to see all of this, unfortunately, and that is about the brightest thing in the night sky for tonight, and that's about as good as it gets, unfortunately. So we have little, if anything, in the way of a major amount of good news for anything involving satellites. I would show you tomorrow morning, but unfortunately, more clouds tonight. Doubtful we're going to see. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at it anyway. If it's decently clear enough, and it just might be, we might be able to see a few things, but as of right now, it's going to be kind of difficult to actually get that there. And again, as you can see, little, if anything, really is going to be visible below a 2.0, which is decently dim. So even in pre-sunrise hours, you're going to be lucky to see any of this stuff from 3:13 in the morning. The Chinese space station Tiangong-1, that'll be just barely visible at about 4:15 in the morning, and that will be in the eastern skies, rising or fading out of into view from around Pegasus, about 416, going down toward the horizon and then fading as it goes a little bit closer toward the haze layer in the Earth's atmosphere. So doubtful, again, we're going to be seeing too much of anything really on that one. It'd be nice, but again, that's about as good as it gets for tomorrow. So if you want to see anything else on here or find out what's flying over your location, go to heavens-above.com, put in your observing location, and find out more about what's flying overhead. Let's take one quick look here and see if we have anything in the way of iridium flares. We do. A decently bright one will be occurring later on tonight, and that'll be at just about 8:49 or so. This, again, is the Iridium Communications satellite network that went bankrupt several years ago, but the satellites are still up there. The satellite rotates into view, beams some light down to the ground in the form of reflected sunlight, and then fades away. So all of this happens within about 20 seconds or so, and you should be able to see it right around 8:49 this evening in the southeastern skies, just above and to the right of the bright planet Jupiter in the southeastern skies. So you should be able to see that pretty well. That'll be pretty cool. And the rest of the next couple of days pretty well socked in by clouds, so doubtful we're going to be seeing too much of anything else out there that's going to be nice to see for this time. Check out my Facebook page, and you'll get more information about astronomy and science and weather and all kinds of great information available out there as well. And you can also check out more on my Twitter page as well at AONIC_WREG3. Tons of information available there, and we'll feature a whole bunch more information coming up, including right here on my Facebook page. So if you like, or my YouTube page, I should say. So if you want to see more about that, please do so. Drop by and see what we've got going on there. But for the most part, it looks like things are going to be decently quiet, at least for this evening. Again, if you have any plans for stargazing, this will be the best possible time to get things viewing, because unfortunately into the next few days we've got the possibility of more showers and thunderstorms coming on through. Nothing immediate, but it will be possible to, again, get indoor activities for astronomy, studying things online, looking at great astronomy pictures, things like that. And we try to feature that as much as possible down at the social media networks down on the bottom of your page, way on down in the blue bar down there, just below all the astronomical information in the red bar at the bottom of your page. We'll have more details on what you can see out there on our Sky blog coming up a little bit later on. And don't forget about our weather blog throughout the rest of the morning into this afternoon and into tomorrow afternoon, I should say. We'll keep you updated on the weather. Could be a stormy weekend ahead, and we'll keep you updated on that as we go throughout the next few days. Next week tonight is, of course, the Memphis Astronomical Society's monthly meeting. We'll bring you updates on that and other details on what you can see out there throughout the course of the next several days, granted when the weather is doing a little bit better. Live and direct from House Onek in Memphis, Tennessee, I'm meteorologist Austen Onek. Thanks to everybody for joining me on the live stream on YouTube for tonight. Going to get this thing on Facebook one of these days, hopefully. And more details to follow on your complete forecast again tonight with News Channel 3's Jim Jaggers on News Channel 3 at 10, so stay tuned for more on that. Live and direct from House Onek, stay tuned for more. I'm meteorologist Austen Onek on SKYBLOG3. Remember, whenever it comes to anything involving science or astronomy, remember to keep looking up.